Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mias, and today I'm actually going to be reviewing what seems to be the first, I guess, metagame. No, not even. It has nothing to do with 2021, actually. This is for December 15th to 30th, so I'm just gonna say end of December. And you might actually be extremely shocked by this, because I was. So, first of all, Virtual World, once again, sitting at #1 spot. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of frustrating. I don't like when the exact same deck stays the best for way too long, because now it's just kind of obvious that it's the best deck. Whereas, you know, before, like, imagine when, like, Eldritch was good, and then Emancipator was good, it was kind of at least two decks. Well, I mean, actually it was probably way more Cancer, because Emancipator had no business existing, and Eldritch was just way too good for any other control deck. But yeah, Virtual World 18.5, Eldritch 12.6, this is ridiculous. Dragonmaid 10.4, Phantom Knights 8.1, Code Talker 6.7, what? Salamangreat 5.9, what? Emancipator still attacking, the deck still exists. Okay, Zodiac, why? Why are they falling off in popularity? 3.7, they were like third or fourth best deck before. And let's see, so Chaos Thunder, once again, also falling in popularity. Mythical Beast and Endymion, I think this deck sucks though. I wouldn't touch it. I know in the OCG it's slightly better, but Prank Kids, once again, I'm kind of shocked. I mean, I don't know, I would expect like Prank Kids to kind of be like the rivals of Zodiac in a way, but actually not really. Prank Kids is, sure, everything is a one-card combo, and you play Yu-Gi-Oh! With just one card, but you have to rely on that one card successfully working out every single time. You do lose to pretty much every hand trap out there, unless your hand is unfair. But you have to draw like a lot of extenders, and then you can't necessarily deal with your opponent's board. It's not the best deck out there, Prank Kids, even though it's consistent, but Zephyra, oh, interesting. Zephyra 4 representation. Dragon Link, okay, Dragon Link, we won't have it in the TCG. The deck is 1,000,000,000% unplayable. Drytron, this is insane. I also would expect Drytron to be up there, like maybe at Emancipator spot. Only 3 Drytron is it's nothing. And then Shrine Brigade. This is funny. Okay, that's definitely just casual play. Lyrillus Tri Brigade and Lyrillus Ancient Warrior Tri Brigade. It's not ideal. Yeah, a Magician. Brandish, also, once again, to me, Brandish is actually such a good deck. Brandish should actually be in the top 10 decks, like, at least. Altergeist, I don't know if they're still crippled in the OCG. I know in the TCG, they are at full power minus Link Cross, so Pokuri will pretty much never be played. The only utility of Pokuri is pretty much turning Hextia, well, making Hextia easily and then turning Hextia into a multi-faker search. So yeah, Burning Abyss, I think it's a good deck in the TCG. I don't know about the OCG. Chaos Dragon, that's not even a deck. Yeah, I mean, Chaos Thunder, I've heard of it, because of Chaos Space, etc. Making Super Bolt, Levineer, but Chaos Dragon, but Cyber Dragon, yeah, not the greatest deck out there, unfortunately, especially in the OCG. I mean, to be fair, no, wait, hold on, as a matter of fact, I want to say Cyber Dragon should probably be a little higher on the list, yeah. I think in the OCG it's better because Maxi is a 3 and Cyber Dragon don't really care about Maxi. Yeah, Danger, Dark World, Tempest, Magician, FTK, whatever. Then we want to have that Dinosaur. This is broken in the TCG, forget it. Dinosaur is, like top 5 best decks. Dragonmaid Invoke, Shadow. Okay, yeah, they got hit really hard. So these two decks, really hard. These two decks should be insane in the TCG, but I can understand why they suck in the OCG. And yeah, I mean, Lunalight doesn't exist in the TCG at all because the best card is Tiger, and it is banned, unfortunately. And then Guru, whatever, nobody cares. Alright, Virtual World, do you notice something? I do. Nothing. Literally this is why this is what I notice. Absolutely nothing special. Every deck list is the exact same. It's really boring. It's always, imagine making like RL deck profiles 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, do you have anything to explain here? No, just play 3 of everything and that's it. Just shut up and play 3 of everything. I don't know. It's I hate this. Like it really does remind me of GOAT format way too hard. And I want to say probably like before GOAT format actually was worse. Like Chaos 2004 and stuff like that, where literally every deck was identical. Like you only have 2 or 3 flex spots to play with. And people are crazy, they're not even playing Upstart and 40 cards. No, actually no, never mind, sorry. I understand why, it's because of 3 Pot of Desires. The OCG mentality is I never want to play 3 Desires in a 40 card deck, but if I play Desires, I want to play 3. Therefore, I have to play a 42 card deck, and for some people, so for some reason, Asian players really don't mind playing over 40, which is crazy because if you ask like an American or a European, oh yeah, what do you think is optimal? They're going to be like, no, 40, or 60. It's never like an in-between. 41? No, get out of here. Oh, Upstart in 41, you're crazy. It's funny, but it's the way people react, so yeah. I guess maxing out on the consistency cards, except Maxi is only a 2, I can understand why. You're not really Maxi, you don't really care necessarily to use it against your opponent that much, but you really have to counter Maxi. So if you want to counter Maxi, what do you have to do, right? You have to play 3 Nobleman of Crossout, you have to max out on, you know, Designator, Called by the Grave. I mean, yeah, the old name was Designator from the Grave. 3 Tactical Talents, it's not really that it beats Maxi, it's just that it can kind of... I don't know, you're obviously not going to be using the effect to draw cards when you're under Maxi, it kind of makes no sense. You're just going to stop special summoning and then look at their hand, make them lose their best card, and then more often, they might just pass without killing you, and if you were at least able to end with the Chooch, the trap, chances are you should be able to recover next turn, especially when this King Long, you can actually just pitch 2 on your own turn. One of them is going to be used right away, the other one's going to be a follow-up, so it's not that bad. I guess I understand the logic, and then 2 Italy, blah blah blah. Harpy's Feather Duster main deck just so they can't really lose too much to Mystic Mind. I mean, Mystic Mind's not really a problem. As a matter of fact, a lot of people might be like, oh yeah, Mystic Mind, why do people stop playing the card? It's so good. It actually sucks completely against every good deck. So, yeah, that's it. Extra deck, I don't want to cover anything. Side deck, boring as frick. I mean, Pancratops, Nibiru, Lance, it's... Gamma, Twin, Lightning, oh my god, everything is the same. Eldritch, alright, this is interesting. They got a little nerfed, but not really, so it's kind of, who cares? So 2 Eldritch, the Golden Lure, that's all you need, and then 1 of, oh, I like this. I seriously like this, but what I don't like is the fact that he's still playing 3 Tenki. I would play 2 Tenki with probably 1 of each of the Zodiacs, because the Zodiacs are never brick if you only draw 1 of them. The only moment when you start breaking with Zodiacs is when you start drawing like 4, something like that, with like duplicates, like double Tenki, triple Tenki, that's horrible. Oh my god, if Tenki was like Zodiac, Fire Formation, Zodiac Tenki, then sure, but it's not. Barrage is still at 1, so maybe in the future we could see... I don't know, a trade? Barrage back to 3, but banning something like Negalogia? We never know. Because it's, like I said, it's just a matter of time before this motherfucker gets banned. It has a really negative impact on further card design, and that's something that Konami can't really allow. It's kind of like Block Dragon. One of the main reasons why Block Dragon is banned is because it limits card design. Now, like for the rest of existence, if Block Dragon, as long as Block Dragon exists, assuming it did exist, Konami would never be allowed to create powerful rock monsters simply because of the fact that Block Dragon can surge them in bulk, and that's not healthy. So banning Block Dragon allows Konami to actually create really strong rock monsters without being scared too much. And if they do unban Block Dragon, it can just be with like an errata, so whatever rock monsters you search, you can't do anything with them for the rest of the turn, and then special summoning Block Dragon would be a hard once per turn, stuff like that. Just let me know what you would think of Block Dragon returning, but yeah. Anyways, I like this. 2 Skullmeister 2, it's good against King Long. Maxi at 3, of course. I mean, it's not really that you're trying to stop Maxi yourself. Doesn't really do too much against you, but yeah. 3 Ash, 1 Ghost Bell, 2 Cursed Elder Orlando. Of course, it's semi-limited now. Black Awakening, triple Tenki, blah, 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 blah. 1 Torrential, that's kind of whack. It's not even like it's searchable, so I don't understand the 1 of Torrential. Well, to be fair, because the thing is, it's not once per turn, and it doesn't have diminishing value in multiples, so it's not really the same argument as Mistake at 1. Mistake at 1 makes so much sense. As a matter of fact, in Eldritch, I want to say the correct thing to do, as hilarious as this may sound, instead of playing like 3 Summon Limit, 3 Rivalry, 3 Goes In, it's actually to vary out the amount, like the different floodgates that you play. It's like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, because the thing is, if you draw the same floodgate multiplied by 2 or 3, it's as if you're playing your hand with like 3 or 4 cards instead of 5, whereas if you draw like different floodgates, yeah, sure, maybe it's not necessarily going to have the impact that you want on your opponent, but it's going to cover you so much more ground, and sometimes maybe it's the perfect combination to screw over your opponent. For example, Rivalry plus There Can Only Be One. Try to let that sink in your head. Rivalry plus There Can Only Be One. What does it achieve? Rivalry can only, like, prevents both players from having more than one type of monster on the field, but There Can Only Be One prevents both players from having more than one monster of each type. So in other words, you can only control one monster. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, the rest is very obvious. One random ass Droll and Logbird, you're not even playing Crossout Designator, so even then, like, you wouldn't even lose to this card. One Dark Ruler, no Phantasme, no draw power whatsoever. Like, Thoroughblade is the only one that draws, so I don't know, I'm kind of iffy on that. And then once again, yeah, sure, main deck, side deck one anti-spell, makes sense. One D-Bear, I don't know, it's just... I know, I understand though. I understand. I am not necessarily saying it's shit, but yeah. Anyways, this is the spice that you have been waiting for. Alright, so pretty much what they are saying in this article. Once again, shoutouts to Road of the King. They are the ones that I'm actually... It's not my article, obviously, as you can tell. But yeah, pretty much what they're saying right now is that Dragonmaid are actually gaining a lot in popularity because they have a pretty good matchup against Virtual World. Virtual World actually might lose quite hard to Bouncing, and I guess technically destroying too. They're not that good, to be fair, but what Dragonmaid can do easily is make Hieratic Seal and use Dragonmaid Tidying, or yeah, whatever it is, to bounce back pretty much any card your opponent controls or whatever, and then, I mean, you're getting a lot of residual card advantage while you're doing that. This is the crazy thing about Dragonmaid, is that they snowball in card advantage to a ridiculous point, and if your opponent breaks or whatever, you punish them very hard for breaking, and you can increase the chances of your opponent breaking by playing appropriate hand shops. So he's playing 1 Skullmeister, 3 Ash 3, Maxi, and 2 Ghost Bell. That is 9 hand shops. Interesting. He's not playing Imperm because Imperm and Veil are just not good against Virtual World, and they're bad against Eldritch. So yeah, you know, that's food for thought for the TCG if you're trying to deck build. Maybe try to avoid Effect Veiler and Infinite while you're at it, because it's not really good against them. I mean, they're gonna make VFD regardless of what you do. Lulu is not really an effect that triggers on the field, so what are you really trying to hit? And they don't necessarily need that Cloud Castle to revive back a level 9. The hand loop just isn't worth it. I'd rather just make VFD and ensure that I can do it through hand shops. By the way, I seriously want to give kudos to that guy for the way he deck built it. It's really minimalist, and that's what I love about it. That's the beauty of this deck, is that he's focusing on the good cards of Dragonmaid instead of just pleasing, I guess, the purist, the casual elitist that would be like, oh, you're not playing every single Dragonmaid in your deck? You're such a loser. Play a skill deck. Yes, Karen. But yeah, he's only playing one of the big boys, the good ones that actually have an effect. And then 3 Chamber, 3, I think that's Kitchen or whatever, 3, what, I don't even know their names. But yeah, he's maxing out on the 3, like, Dragonmaids that get an engine started. That's a Searcher, that's, I think, a Foolish, and I forgot what that was exactly. Is it like a Searcher and then you have to discard, or maybe that's that's a spell? I forgot. But yeah, no, it's yeah, it's just very smart, I want to say. Just all of your normal summons are high impact. He doesn't even play the extenders. I respect that. Yeah, like World Legacy Succession and Monster Reborn, no need for that, really. Yeah, sure, they would allow you to do some 1-card Guard Dragon combos, like using LP. You know, maybe in your deck you might be interested in doing that, but also note that he is playing Striker Dragon. Why is he playing Chaos Ruler? Is there something that I'm missing? I don't think there's a level 4 non-tuner, so he would have to use like Ash and or Ghost Bell. No, sorry, or Ghost Bell with like a level 5. I don't know, maybe I'm just retarded or something. I don't know, maybe use like Dinomischus and a level 3 non-tuner on the field. I don't know. And this is for Dinomischus, so you can pretty much destroy any monster it points to. Yeah, it's cool. 3 Hieratic Seal, I just love this so much. I love extra decks where you don't really care if you banish something, as long as you keep at least 1 copy. So yeah, the Negate, the Girl who revives, I mean both of them revive, I think. This has like an even bigger snowball effect, but this actually negates. And then the Hieratic Seal, on top of snowballing, it returns back a face-up card on the field. So, pretty fantastic. Even as a side deck, I want to say, makes a little more sense than the other side decks around. It was just like a bunch of cards. It's side deck dot side deck. I'm sure, but like, I don't know. Yeah, no, this just looks like a masterpiece, I want to say. It's definitely something that I personally want to work on, so Dragonmaid combo deck profile and testing video coming very, very, very soon. Hopefully I'll be able to deliver. Yeah, anyways, in conclusion, what they're pretty much trying to say is that you know, Dragonmaid, despite the fact that they have a good matchup against Virtual World, their other matchups are kind of so-so. Therefore, they are not really able to do as much, really. And also, since Dragma Invoke strategies got a hit, people kind of decided to shift to Dragonmaid. It's actually those players, the Dragma Invoke players, that are playing this. So sometimes, and you're going to see this very often when you go to YCSs, is that sometimes people play kind of something that was started by one guy who just tried to, you know, who just influenced his friends, like Orchest Brandish, Sky Striker Orchest. That was pretty much started by not a lot of people, and then they were like, oh yeah, by the way, yo, look at my deck, it's actually really good, it does all of that, and they were like, oh yeah, sure, let's do this. But then you see all the other players, they, you know, like the non, I don't want to say like the non-pro players, but the guys who weren't involved in that circle, they weren't really, they had no clue what was going on, so they were still playing like regular pure Orchest, and they were kind of getting their asses destroyed because they weren't really preparing for that, you know, against, imagine trying to beat someone who, you know, who can use Engage to draw cards, Shark Cannon, Widow Anchor. It was a pretty crazy strategy, so yeah. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say. I guess Phantom Knights is also a deck that you should be kind of preparing yourself for, in a way. If you're watching this, whether you're an OCG player, this is definitely something, man. This is crazy. This is a really impactful metagame, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say in Showcase. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, 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 and I'll see you next time. Peace.